Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Radhanath Swami Niti Namini. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namini. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Desatarini. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnanajana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Mena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manubhishtam Stapitamena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamakyam Dadati Svapadamtikam. Vandeham Sri Guru Shri Utapadakamalam Sri Guru Vaishnavam Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunadan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaidam Savadutam Parijana Sagitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sakagana Lalita Sri Visakan Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpati Gopesha Gopika Kamta Radha Kamta Namosute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarvyascha Kripa Sindhubhyaye Vachapatitana Pavnebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Iswaraga Paramaha Krishnaga Sachidananda Vigraga Anadi Radhir Govindaga Sarvakarana Karanam. Om Tat Sat Hare Krishna. By the causeless mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, we are nicely studying Bhagavad Gita, the purest knowledge, Pavitram, and the topmost knowledge, Uttamam. So in Bhagavad Gita, in the 7th chapter, now we are understanding that how Krishna is the Supreme, how Krishna is everything. So that way, Krishna is teaching us that we have to remember him and go to him. And even in the 8th chapter, we are going to study and understand very much about how to attain Krishna, attaining the Supreme. And even in the 9th chapter, the most confidential knowledge, Krishna is teaching us, giving us the complete knowledge that we have to simply think of Krishna all the time. Manmana Bhavamad Bhakto. That's what is very important. Always think of me, become my devotee. Manmana Bhavamad Bhakto Madhyaji Mam Namaskuru. If you do that, then Mame Vaisesi. That's it. If you always think of Krishna, if you become a devotee of Krishna, if you offer our obeisances unto Krishna, if you worship Krishna, then we will go to Krishna. That is the result. End result. End result is Mame Vaisesi. It's a very important sentence, that Mam E Vaisesi. That phrase is very, very important. You will come to me. Mam E Vaisesi means you will come to me. Krishna is here with us. He is there in our heart as the super soul. But Krishna is saying in Bhagavad Gita that Mam E Vaisesi, you will come to me. Even though Krishna is there with us all the time, Krishna is with us all the time, but he repeatedly says in Bhagavad Gita that Mam E Vaisesi. So that means Krishna is here with us to take us to where he is. That is the main thing we need to understand. So that's why, even though there is no work for Krishna to do in all these 3 worlds, Name Pata Asti Kartavyam Trishu Lokeshu Kinchana, but still Krishna has come here, Krishna is here. In fact, this entire thing is pervaded by Krishna. Maya tatam idam sarvam jagat avyaktamukti. This everything is coming from Krishna. And Krishna is the source of everything. Mastani sarva bhutani. So all the living entities are in me. At the same time, nachamatstani bhutani pasyame yoga maisva. So Krishna says, Matstani sarva bhutani, nacha matstani bhutani. So that way, we need to understand that in Krishna's unmanifest form, in his avyakta, so there is maya tatam idam sarvam jagat avyakta murtina. So in the case of avyakta murti, so we are all in Krishna. That's what matstani sarva bhutani. But in terms of his vyakta, so vyakta murti, so where Krishna is there, visible in front of Arjuna, so there nachamatstani bhutani. So there Krishna is there alone in front of Arjuna. So that's why Krishna is saying that nachamatstani bhutani pasyame yogam aiswaram. So that means Krishna can be within us, outside us, and we are within Krishna and outside Krishna. So that's what we need to understand. So only in his unmanifest form, Krishna is pervading this entire universe. And everything has come from Krishna only. So that's what Yatha Pravritti. Yatha Pravritti means from whom everything comes. Yatha Pravritti. Bhutano. Yena Sarvam Idam Tatam. So by whom everything is pervaded, from whom everything is coming. So that's what Yatha Pravritti Bhutanam Yena Sarvam Idam Tatam means from whom everything has emanated and from by whom everything is pervaded. So Swakarmana tam abhyarcha siddhim vindati manava. So if we just render all our works, all our services, everything to Krishna for the satisfaction of Krishna by worshipping Krishna, Swakarmana tam abhyarcha, then siddhim vindati manava. So then we are going to enjoy the perfection. Siddhim vindati manava. That's what is going to happen if we surrender all our works unto Krishna, all our results unto Krishna. So our life should be like that way only all the time, every day, every moment. It should be like that. We should fully depend on Krishna for everything. That is possible only if we live as per Bhagavad Gita. Otherwise, it is not possible. If we follow the instructions given by Krishna in Bhagavad Gita fully, completely. If we listen to Krishna, we will not fail. If we follow Krishna, we will not be cheated. We will be reaching our destination. So we just have to do what Krishna is asking us to do. That way, by Krishna's mercy, we are getting the complete knowledge about this material world, about the spiritual world, about the apara prakriti, para prakriti, and how Maya is controlling us, and why Maya is controlling us. Why the three modes of material nature are controlling us. That also we are understanding very well in this Bhagavad Gita. And how to conquer our mind, how to control our mind so that we can conquer our enemy. Our mind has to be our friend so that we can conquer our enemy. Our enemy is Kama and Krodha. Where is Kama is our enemy. So, Jahi Satru Mahabahu Kama Rupam Durasam. So, if we have to Jahi, if we have to conquer our enemy, we have to first make our mind as our friend. So, if our mind is our friend, then only we will not be disturbed by the desires. Then only we will not be thinking about the material sense objects. If our mind is focusing on the material sense objects, so that means Kama is carrying away our mind. So that way, because mind, intelligence, and the senses are the sitting places of this Kama. Indriyani mano buddhir asyadisthanam uchyate. Yeter vimohayati esa jnanam avritya deganam. So that's what. So Indriyani mano buddhir. So senses, mind, and intelligence are the sitting places of this Kama. So from there, it is bewildering us. Yeter vimohayati esa jnanam avritya deganam. So it is covering our knowledge. Jnanam avritya dehinam. So that's what we need to understand. So that way we have to conquer our enemy. So that means we have to make our mind as our best friend. Then only it is possible. And how can we make our mind as our best friend? It is possible to control our mind. It is possible to make our mind as our best friend only by focusing our mind on Krishna. That is the only way our mind can be our friend. There is no other way. If our mind is thinking about material world, if our mind is thinking about material sense objects, so then it is going to be our enemy only. We have to make our mind as our friend means in the 6th chapter at length we studied what to do. We have understood the instructions fully, completely. What we are supposed to do, we have understood. We have to do that. We have to chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. We have to find a secluded place, make that place very clean and sit straight and don't look at any other directions and simply focus our mind on Krishna by chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Focus our mind on the transcendental sound vibration. So that we should do. If we do that, then our mind is going to be our friend. Then we will be able to conquer our enemy. Otherwise, even one of the roaming senses on which the mind focuses can carry away the intelligence, just like a boat on the water is swept away by a strong wind. Indriyanam gicharattam yanmanonu vidiyade tatasya harati prajnam vayur navam ivambas. That's what is going to happen otherwise. Our mind should be focused only on Krishna, not on the material sense objects. So that way we should not be having any other desires in this material world. Nirasya. Nirasya yatha chittatma tyakta sarva parigraha. That's what our life should be. That's how our life should be. Nirasya yatha chittatma tyakta sarva parigraha. Sariram kevalam karma kurvanna apnoti kilbisham. That's what we are supposed to do. We should not be focusing on anything else in this material world. We should not have any desires, any material desires at all. Tyakta sarva parigraha, give up all sense of proprietorship. Tyakta sarva parigraha, sariram kevalam karma kurvanna apnoti kilbisham. If we just do our activities only for like taking care of our body, that's for maintaining our body. Sariram kevalam. Then there is no sin. We are not going to commit any sin. That way, do everything for Krishna. So we have to use all the resources, energy, strength, whatever we have, everything should be used only in Krishna's service. So we know very well that anything we want, it can happen only if Krishna also wants that. So that means we should desire only what Krishna wants. So that means we should know what Krishna wants. That means we should study and understand this Bhagavad Gita very well. Because in Bhagavad Gita, we understand exactly what Krishna wants from us. Anything we do based on Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is going to be happy with us. Whatever we do. So if we simply understand, accept Krishna as the Supreme Lord, Krishna is going to be happy with us. If we go and spread this message of Bhagavad Gita and make devotees everywhere, Krishna is going to be happy with us. So that's what is needed. We need to do that. We need to do that, and we need to do that as a very big, strong, powerful team. That's what is needed. We have to identify devotees everywhere and give them this knowledge, and then let them chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra with us. Finally, our practice only is going to make us perfect. Our practice only is going to make our efforts, everything permanent. So this chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra is the very important practice, scientific process, what we are supposed to follow in our life every day. So we should have time only for this. We should not have time for other things. Unfortunately, we say in general that we don't have time to remember Krishna, time to serve Krishna, time to chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. That's how our life is in general. But in fact, the opposite should be true. That we should not have time for anything else. We should have time only to serve Krishna. That's it. Only to prepare prasadam and offer prasadam to Krishna. Only to chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Only to study and understand everything about Krishna's pastimes. So that's how our life should be. We should have all the time only for this purpose. Then we are going to lead a very, very happy life. Then there are no issues, no concerns, no problems. Everything is taken care very well by Krishna. So by Krishna's causeless mercy, this Bhagavad Gita knowledge is going to help us to be like that. That's why we are studying Bhagavad Gita every day. This Bhagavad Gita knowledge is going to keep us on the track all the time. We are not going to lose our way. We will be on the right path with this Bhagavad Gita knowledge. So that way, if we just understand this 18 chapters, 700 slokas very well, what Krishna is teaching, what the questions Arjuna asked, and understand what Krishna is teaching and follow his instructions. So then our intelligence will become very sharp. Our intelligence will become very sharp that it will pass through the dense forest of illusion. Yadate moka kalilam buddhir vyati tarishyati tada gantasi nirvedam shrotavyasya shutasya. That's what will happen. Afterwards, nothing is going to affect us. Whatever we have heard in the past, whatever we are going to hear in the future, nothing is going to affect us if we simply focus our mind and intelligence only on Krishna. So that is what is called Sthita Prajna. We need to understand. So that is the situation that is the status we need to achieve. Sthita Prajna. And that is possible only by simply focusing on Bhagavad Gita, following everything what Krishna is asking us to do in Bhagavad Gita. So we need to do everything as yajna only. Whatever we do, it should be as an offering unto Krishna only. Whatever we think, whatever we do, we have to do it only for Krishna. And when we want to do it for Krishna, Krishna will make us to do it and we will definitely achieve success. There is no doubt about that at all. We just have to accept. We just have to understand this Bhagavad Gita and accept Krishna as the Supreme Lord. Then our life is going to be very, very, very meaningful. So that's all happening slowly and steadily for us with this Bhagavad Gita knowledge. We are gaining this knowledge. We are understanding all the chapters, all the slokas, and everything we are understanding. We are understanding what is Kshetra, Kshetrajna, Jnana, Nyaya, Prakriti, Purusha. Everything we are understanding. We are understanding what is Karma, everything. Brahma. So, Kim Tat Brahma, Kim Karma, Purushottama, Adibhuta, Adideva, Adiyajna. Everything we are understanding. So by Krishna's causeless mercy, we understand that we need to follow this yoga. This Bhagavad Gita is the yoga. So that way we have to just follow Krishna's instructions and just do everything for Krishna. So that means we should not be affected by the results. So that means we should not be attached to the results at all. So that kind of mindset we are going to get slowly with this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. Slowly and steadily, when we follow, understand this entire Bhagavad Gita, that's how our life is going to become. When we see anyone, we are going to see only devotees and we are going to talk only about Krishna. We are not going to talk about anything else, useless things in this world and waste our time. This is very precious. This human body, human life is very rare to get it. And we got it and we need to make use of it. Otherwise, we will be simply suffering and struggling in this material world forever. So that way, if we understand that point very well, that fact very well, and if we use all our energy and resources in Krishna's service, as I said earlier, so then we are going to make very, very great progress in this life itself. In this life itself, if we conquer the birth, so by controlling our mind, So then Nirdosamgi Samam Brahma Tasmat Brahmani Testita. Then we will be like equal to Brahman without any faults. So that's what that can happen in this life itself. So Tadbuddhega Tadatmanaga Tannistaga. So everything. We have to Tatparayanaga. So everything we have to do it only for Krishna. Everything should be offered, everything should be done only for Krishna only. So that way, when we understand this entire Bhagavad Gita, that's what is going to happen. So in the 7th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, so we now, by Krishna's causeless mercy, we finished 8 slokas, and now we understand how Krishna is the supreme. Krishna is teaching us very clearly how he is the supreme, how he is everything. So that's what we are understanding. So in the 7th chapter, 7th sloka, Krishna taught us very clearly that Mattaga parataram nanyat kinchita sthidananjaya mayi sarvam idam protam sutre maniganaiva. So there is nothing else is superior than me. That's what Krishna is teaching very clearly. We understand from Bhagavad Gita very well, even from Brahma Samhita, from all Puranas, everything. He is a Sarva Karana Karanam. Isvara Parama Krishna Satchidananda Vigraham Anadi Radha Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam. He is the cause of all causes. So he is there everywhere. Bahirantascha Bhutani, Durastha Antiketacha. So he is outside, inside, and he is far, far away and very, very close. And Krishna is everywhere. Anuraniyamsam anusmaredyaga. So Kavim Puranam Anusasitaram Anuraniyamsam anusmaredyaga. Sarvasya Dataram Achintya Rupam Aditya Varnam Tamasap Parastar. So that's how we need to remember. Krishna is the knower of everything. And Krishna is the oldest person. Kavim Puranam Anusasitaram Anuraniyamsam anusmaredyaga. He is smaller than the atom. So that's how we should remember. So Sarvasya Dataram Achintya Rupam. So everything rests upon him and he has inconceivable form. So like that, we need to understand that Krishna is everything. So Mattaga Parataram Nanyati Kinchit Asthidananja. For conqueror of wealth, there is no truth superior to me. Everything rests upon me as pearls are strung upon a thread, strung on a thread. So then we studied in the next sloka, sloka number 8 in the 7th chapter. Rasokam apsu kaunteya prabhasmi sashishuryayo pranavaga sarvavedeshu shabdaka ke paurusham rushu. So I am the taste of water. Rasokam apsu. O son of Kunti, Kaunteya, I am the taste of water. So we already understood very well. We need water. So to quench our thirst, we need water. So Krishna is the taste of that water. And Prabhasmi Sasi Surya. So Krishna is actually the source of light from the sun and the moon. So Prabhasmi Sasi Surya. Pranavaga Sarva Vedyesu. Of all the Vedas, Krishna is the syllable Om. Veda. So Krishna is Pranava. Sabdaha Ke Paurusham Rushu. So I am the sound in ether and ability in man. So that's what Sabdaha Ke Paurusham Rushu. That's what Krishna is everything. O son of Kunti, I am the taste of water, the light of the sun and the moon, the syllable Om in the Vedic mantras. I am the sound in ether and ability in man. Then we are studying in the next sloka, sloka number 9 in the 7th chapter. Punyo Gandaga Prithivyam Cha Tejaschasmi Vibhabaso Jivanam Sarvabhuteshu Tapaschasmi Tapasvishu. I am the fragrance of the earth. That's what Punyo Gandhaka Prithivyam. So that earth smell, so that is Krishna. When it rains, we are getting that fragrance of the earth. So that is Krishna. Tejas Chasmi Vibhavasam. So I am the heat in the fire. Tejas Chasmi Vibhavasam. Jivanam Sarva Bhutesu. I am the life of all beings. So that's what Jivanam Sarva Bhuteshu. Tapaschasmi tapasvisu. I am the penance of all the ascetics. So for those who are doing penance, Krishna is that penance. So that's what tapaschasmi tapasvisu. I am the original fragrance of the earth, and I am the heat in fire. I am the life of all that lives, and I am the penances of all ascetics. So that way, Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, is everything. So that's what we are understanding. We just have to follow and just understand. We are going to study even more and more, especially in the 10th chapter, in the Vibhuti Yoga about Krishna's opulence. We are going to understand even more. So by Krishna's causeless mercy, we have successfully finished the 9th sloka in the 7th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Now let us chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra and focus our mind on the transcendental sound vibration. So we will do 2 rounds of chanting, which will roughly take about 15 minutes. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Radhanath Swami Nityanamini. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nityanamini. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharini Nirvisesa Sunyavari Paschatya Desatarini. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnanajana Salakaya Chakshurmilitamena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gauravakta Vrandam. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrindam Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Vishnuvardhana Rao Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama
Rama Rama Hare Hare.
No questions, Guruji. Thank you, Guruji. Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Namaste, Guruji.
Namaste Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu, Hare Krishna. R.K. Goyal Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Guruji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Thank you Guruji for a nice class. I don't have any question. Thank you very much for Guruji. This Krishna consciousness continuous dose. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you Prabhu, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna Prabhu. S.K. Garg Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Guruji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Guruji, thank you very much for nice lecture. Very enlightening, Guruji. I don't have any question. Thank you very much, Guruji.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Guruji. Hare Krishna, Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna. Mithun Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Guruji, how are you?
Hare Krishna Prabhu. By Krishna's causeless mercy and kind Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Yeah, thank you, Guruji, for the wonderful class. By Krishna's grace, we are able to know about him.
Yes.
Thank you, Guruji.
All Krishna's mercy. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Hare Rama.
Hare Rama, Hare Krishna Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Anita Mataji, Hare Krishna. Brinda Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Thank you for the class, and it's really nice again and again to go back to the learning that we have to depend on Krishna.
Krishna
Yes.
is everything.
So, Guruji, our senses are material, but Krishna's senses are spiritual. So, when we serve Krishna or do all activities for Krishna, we are doing through our material senses.
Yes, we are using all our material body, material senses, everything. When we do it for Krishna, we are not affected by the results. We are not bound by the results. Then we are not going to get another material body at all.
Okay. So when we do activities for Krishna, we are at that point of time, we are getting away from that karma mode of the material nature, which sattvic or, rajasic.
We are freed from the modes of nature when we are doing it for Krishna. Yes, Mother. We are not bound by the results. We are not affected by the results.
So at that point of time, our intention has to be very clear. The intention.
That is correct.
Yes, behind the
Love.
act.
What is needed is that love. When we love Krishna, then there is no need to prove that our intentions are clear or not. What all it matters is that whether we love our Supreme Lord Krishna or not. That's what is it's important.
Yes.
To develop that love, like in this material world, if you are attached to someone, then we don't even want to separate from that person, correct? So like that, we
Yes.
should be attached to Krishna, actually.
Yes, Guruji.
We should be attached
And
to Krishna.
that attachment can only come when we read his pastimes and glorify him for
That is
all
correct.
that
When we keep on like studying Bhagavad Gita and understanding Krishna's pastimes, as you said, so then only that attachment on Krishna will come.
Yes, because we'll always be in wonder that how great he is, how wonderful he is.
Because we'll get the full knowledge, we'll get the complete knowledge. Nityo, sanityo, nitya sambandhaga. So that's what in the Brahma Samhita it said that we are eternally related to Krishna, nitya sambandha.
Yes, Guruji.
Eternal relationship.
Yes, but that relationship, when we came to the material existence, we just forgot about that.
That is the problem. We forget. That's the problem. We forgot. That's why we are struggling. We are suffering.
Yes, Guruji. But why did we forget? Because we had desire
because
to enjoy.
We are having materialistic desires. Because we have ahankara. We want to enjoy this material world. We are identifying ourselves with the material body because of ignorance, because of not having the Bhagavad Gita knowledge.
Yes. Yes, Guruji.
Ajnani navritam jnanam tena mukhyanti jantavaga. That's it. Our knowledge is covered by ignorance. That's why we are bewildered.
So the
Once we
main
get the
knowledge is, yes, the main knowledge is that I'm not this body, I am the spiritual spark of Krishna. That is the main essence.
That is the knowledge we should have all the time. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Guruji. Thank you so much, Guruji. It's like a
Thank you.
revision every time. Thank you, Guruji. Hare
Thank you,
Krishna,
Mataji.
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna.
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare.
Ram.
Thank
Hare
you,
Krishna.
Guruji. Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Chitrita Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Yes, Guruji, every shloka, this sounds so general and simple. I am light, I am energy. Yet, Guruji, when you actually look at it, your first thing is that, Guruji, we see him everywhere. That is correct. You have to see him everywhere. And Guruji, one more thing which I always keep wondering is that when you are breaking it down to the simplest form, for example, when man discovered fire, all right, now that we felt it was a big evolution for a human being or man. But now we find even that buddhi of striking two stones together and making fire, Guruji, that also is Krishna, his power, correct?
He gives the intelligence. Yes.
Or when you discover the wheel and that the wheel turns and we move forward, this buddhi is also Krishna has given us.
Yes.
So because he wants us to develop, he has given us this buddhi, correct, Guruji? Is that
Exactly,
correct?
but we need to use this knowledge is there. This Bhagavad Gita knowledge is there from the beginning. It is the Purana. It is the Avyayam. So that knowledge is the one we need to have it. If we have the knowledge, then we will develop the buddhi. That means we will develop that love on Krishna. So that intelligence means we should be giving up the attachment to the results. So that is what is the real buddhi. So if we should not be attached to the results, we should be attached to Krishna. So then we are intelligent.
Yes. Understood, Guruji. I mean, I have a lot of interest in social, but whenever I find development of mankind, I find it's all Krishna's mercy. Otherwise, where would we have been? Really, Guruji.
So
Thank
by
you.
Krishna's mercy, we have so much of technology available for us to study and understand Bhagavad Gita and surrender to Krishna. We need to make use of them. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, it's his will that we should, broadcast it
Yes.
more to
Yes,
the people.
ma'am.
Right. Thank you, Guruji. Hare Krishna, Guruji. Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Deepesh Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Guruji. Thank you for the
Hare
class.
Krishna. Thank you.
Hope you're doing well.
Yes, Prabhu. Krishna's mercy.
Yeah, thank you for keeping us in Krishna consciousness. I'm really enjoying. I don't have any questions today, but everybody's questions make me understand more better.
Yes.
So
Yes.
thank you for everybody who's joining and adding value and asking questions for us. So it helps us all clarify. Thank you, Guruji. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Ganesh Rupa Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu. Krishnan Vellachal Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu. Mahinder Shukla Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Sashtang Pranam. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna.
Kumbhanande Guruji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Rama. Hare Krishna. Lisa Mataji, Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Guruji. Thank
Hare
you for
Krishna Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Guruji. Thank you for the class today, Guruji.
Yes,
With your
Mataji.
efforts, Guruji, we will soon reach a stage when we will see Krishna in everything. That will be like totally surrendering to Krishna. So when
Yes,
in the taste of water, in the fragrance of the earth, the fire, the sun, the moon, whatever we see, we will see Krishna in all these things. And not
No
only
doubt.
that, we will be surrendering all our actions, everything, offering to Krishna. So though we have a long way to go still, Guruji, we are sure we will be reaching that stage. So thank you, Guruji. Thank you for your
Krishna's mercy, we will go there.
Yes, Guruji. Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Guruji.
ಒಂಚೂರು ಬಟ್ಟೆ ಒರೆಸಿ ಅವ್ರೊಂಚೂರು ತಲೆ ನೀರ್ ಹಾಕಿ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು.
Hare Krishna. Krishnan Vellachal Prabhu. Hare Krishna Prabhu. Hare Krishna Prabhu. Krishnan. Ganesh Rupa Prabhu. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna Prabhu. Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare Ram. Hare Ram. Ram.
Again, you said today, nice Prabhuji. We have to make our mind the best friend. Then only we can conquer all these enemies.
That is correct. Yes.
Again, we repeated. Yesterday also you told, today also. This has to be repeated many times. Otherwise, our mind goes here and there. Very difficult to control the mind, as Arjuna said. Thank you, Prabhuji. By Krishna's mercy, this is possible.
Yes.
See you soon, Prabhuji, in India again.
Yes, Prabhu. Definitely.
Your association is very much required for us.
Definitely, Prabhu. Krishna's mercy, Prabhu. Everything.
Hare Krishna,
Yes,
Hare
Prabhu.
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram.
Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare.
Krishnan Vellachal Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Guruji. I am listening your speech and trying to understand something from Gita every day.
Every day. Yes.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Hare Ram,
Thank you,
Hare Ram.
Guruji.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Subbalakshmi Mataji, Hare Krishna. Mohanan Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Pranam Guruji.
Pranam Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu. Pranam.
Thank you so much for the class, Guruji. As usual, this excellent class, and really enjoying the class and progressing little by little every day. And
Yes,
Hare Krishna Guruji, thank you Guruji, and looking forward to meet you again Guruji at the earliest now.
yes, yes, Prabhu, Krishna's mercy.
Yes,
Time will fly, yes, Prabhu. It will all happen.
In fact, we were discussing with Srinivasan Prabhu, we have to look for a hall now itself.
Yes, Prabhu, we will plan Krishna's mercy.
Yes,
It will all
Guruji.
happen. Yes,
Yes, Guruji. Thank you so much, Guruji. Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Palaniappan Prabhu, Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama
Rama, Rama, Hare.
As we discussed yesterday, today also you have explained the sloga again, motivating us to always remember Krishna. That is the thing which you told yesterday itself. Still coming slogas are going to give still more things. Yes.
It's all another few more slokas.
Really very good to remember Krishna. So day-to-day life, what we are always we are with this light and all these things.
Everywhere we need to see Krishna only. When we see sunlight, Krishna, heat in the fire, Krishna. When we are cooking, the fire which is heating the food, that is Krishna. Everywhere we need to see Krishna only. When we drink water, taste the water, that is Krishna. Everywhere we need to see Krishna.
Yeah, everything, plant or anything we see, all the things are Krishna. Yes. So that is a very, very interesting thing to remember and remember him totally. That is the basic of the Bhagavad Gita. It looks. Thank you, Guruji. Thank you for that. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Sunil Srivas Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Krishna Guruji, Dandavad Pranam Guruji.
Dandavad
Hare
Pranam.
Krishna, Krishna
Hare Ram,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Pranam, Pranam.
Pranam Prabhu, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Jyoti Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Guruji. Thank you for that wonderful class.
Krishna's mercy, we are continuously studying Bhagavad Gita every day.
Yes, Guruji. And we always I always think that daily, whenever I think, so many thoughts will come. In one day only, there are so many thoughts. If we transfer all these thoughts in Krishna,
everything on Krishna only, that's going to be wonderful. Yes,
yeah, that only I was thinking that then slowly other thoughts will get decreased day by day.
Yes, Mataji.
Am I right, Guruji?
Yeah, it's going to happen. Krishna's mercy, when we are engaged in his service, everything is going to become Krishna conscious, no doubt, Mataji.
Yes, Guruji. One day I hope it will happen for me.
Yeah, we will be remembering Krishna only, no one else, nothing else.
True, Guruji. That satisfaction will be there when we always remember Krishna. That happiness, satisfaction will be there. I felt that.
Yes, Mataji. No doubt, it will happen. Krishna's mercy is going to happen.
True, Guruji.
That's all.
Thank
This
you.
Bhagavad Gita, chanting Hare Krishna mantra, offering prasadam, everything when we do, it's automatically going to happen.
Yes, Guruji. Thank you, Guruji.
Thank you,
Hare
Mataji. Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna. Subbalakshmi Mataji, Hare Krishna. Anita Mataji, Hare Krishna. Mani Prabhu, Anita Mataji, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Mataji, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Subbalakshmi Mataji, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Mani Prabhu.
Yeah, Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Hare
Yeah,
Krishna.
thank you very much for today's class. So, in the beginning, I missed it because I thought that the early walking, I can able to switch on and attend, but unfortunately I missed it. But a wonderful experience happened because my sleep broke by 3:15. After that, I did some of my work, whatever it is possible. Then by 4:35 o'clock, I went for the walk. So one thing I realized is very true. See, Krishna and yourself is not different. So I started Vishnu Sahasranama. So while walking, I enjoyed it fully. It took half an hour. Then the next Sostra, Narsimha Sostra and other Sostra, it came all of a sudden and it's on. So one thing I realized that through you, your body or your mind or whatever it is, Krishna wants what he wants. I do not know how to express myself in that situation. So what he wants, that is what we are expected to do. And he allows you to do. But sometimes what happens with that senses, whatever you preached, no, that senses take over. And by taking over, it will allow you to do something else. Krishna gives you all chances to come back to him. Because that is what you, that is what our soul. So what I read in a Bhagavad Gita and other explanation, that came very factually and there is nothing else. There is nothing else.
Yes.
So it's very clear. Even non-devotee also, when the true devotee communicates with the non-devotee, that non-devotee also get blessed. That is what the wonderful things about whole Bhagavad Gita and Krishna. So it's a extraordinary, blissful state. Everyone has to attain this, and it is possible. Nothing is impossible when you surrender to Krishna. That is true and very much true. So one more thing, it came to me while reading and all. It's very clearly stated. Krishna is the super Godhead. He is only having that balancing senses and he controls. Even Shiva also, he lost his senses sometimes. So there was many examples. Some Muni is there. So he lost his temper, though he is very much a devotee of Krishna, but he lost his senses. It happens. So the Krishna is the only Godhead. If you surrender to him, you will not lose your senses. So this I need to communicate to each and everybody. And this is what is going to happen to each individual life. Thank you, Guruji. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So there is no happiness and there is no sorrow as long as you are under Krishna's control.
Yes.
Thank you, Guruji. So all these things are happening through you. Yeah, you are the true devotee and giving all this prasadam to us.
Yes, Prabhu. Krishna's mercy only, Prabhu.
Yes,
Hare
it's
Krishna,
happening.
Prabhu.
Yeah, it's mercy only. It's happening.
Yes, Prabhu. It's Krishna's causeless mercy only. Hare
Thank
Krishna,
you.
Prabhu.
Hare, thank you. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Subbalakshmi Mataji, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Prabhuji, pranams.
Ram, Pranam Mataji, Pranam.
Pranam.
We understood today, Mataji.
Yeah. Is what now before Prabhuji says it will correct it. Yes, sir.
It's all
But
Krishna.
what I understanding, I will speak to you. Don't say. I think it is correct. Yes, Prabhuji. Krishna's grace is ourselves.
It is correct.
What I am
Krishna's
saying.
mercy is there. He is there in our.
Yeah, mercy is. Slowly
He
we
will
are.
take care of. Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
Prabhuji.
Slowly and steadily we will.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna.
In the race, slowly and steady in the race. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Yes.
Today's class. Very
We will
grateful.
no doubt. We will.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji.
Hare
Krishna.
Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram, Hare.
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna.
Krishna.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna. Brinda Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Yes, Guruji, I just wanted clarification in Mani Prabhu's one line which he said, Krishna and different. But we are not different in quality, but we are just a particle of Krishna. So we have to reach that level of consciousness. Our level of consciousness is very minute.
That is correct. We just have to follow Bhagavad Gita, Mataji. Understand Bhagavad Gita and follow Bhagavad Gita. Then everything is fine. That's what we are supposed to do. Then we don't have to do anything less or more. Just follow Bhagavad Gita and then everything is fine. Manoranjan Sahu Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Manoranjan Sahu Prabhu. Hare Krishna, let us listen to Srila Prabhupada's Kirtan.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Manoranjan Sahu Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Guruji. Very wonderful session. And Mani Prabhu has rightly mentioned, and because of your prasad, we are enjoying Krishna's mercy, and we are getting this kind of prasad regularly. It's Mahaprasad, like Lord Jagannath. We are getting this Gita Jnana, this Amrutam. So really we are very fortunate to be with the class. By saying this is not enough, we are much more dedicated to Lord Krishna. That would be a great blessing for us. Thank you, Guruji. Pranam, Guruji. Satata Naman Naman.
Pranam. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. We will again continue the class tomorrow. Hare Krishna.